Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Weekender Pack from Sympl Studios, which is a rugged and versatile 25-liter backpack that can work well for your day-to-day or minimal travel. And this is a part of the company's Move Freely collection, which also includes a larger travel backpack that I'll be featuring in a separate video, as well as a smaller day pack and a sling bag. And they all have the type of materials and aesthetic that are meant to transition well among a variety of environments and really have your back regardless of what you're doing or where you're going. I was really excited in particular about the Weekender Pack. Just with that 25-liter size, it really hits the sweet spot for the type of bag that I normally like to carry. They also seem to offer a really interesting mixture of features and durability. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about my experience testing this over the past couple of weeks. I'll show you how I've loaded it out, walk through all the features, and I'll also talk about how it compares to some of the other similar bags that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, I want to thank the company for sending the bag for me to test out. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel, we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the outside of the bag, as far as the aesthetic, the bag has a pretty modern, sleek, and techie vibe that reminds me a little bit of bags from companies such as Air, Incase, and Nomadic. I think it strikes a nice balance between offering some functionality, attachment points, and pocketing, while still keeping a pretty sleek overall look that's going to be versatile enough to take into an office while also working well for exploring a city or even traveling. As far as the materials, the bag feels very ruggedly built. On the exterior, you have a 97% recycled Cordura nylon that has a polycarbonate coating that's going to offer plenty of weather resistance, tear resistance, puncture resistance. It really feels like a bag that you can beat up and it's going to hold up well. On top of that, on the bottom, you have a recycled TPU coated base that's going to give you some additional protection. And you also have some aqua guarded YKK zippers all throughout that really feel like they're going to keep all of your stuff well protected from the elements. Continuing along the outside of the bag, I was happy to see that you do have an external water bottle pocket. Currently what I have in here is the same 20-ounce water bottle that I featured in a lot of my daily bag videos. Fits in there pretty comfortably. You also have some elasticity in this compartment, so I don't think that it's going to be able to fit anything too much thicker than that 20-ounce water bottle. It would start to get pretty tight and make it hard to get the bottle all the way down. But for a 20-ounce bottle or below, or for an umbrella, it's going to work well. And then I like that you have a zipper to allow you to kind of put this away when it's not in use and maintain a cleaner look on the bag. And on the other side, you have an additional slip pocket, which doesn't have any elasticity. So this is definitely going to be, good for something a little bit slimmer, maybe an external battery that you want to reach a little bit more easily, or you can maybe toss your phone in there while going through TSA. It doesn't zip up or anything like that, so you don't want to put anything too delicate, but it's still nice to have this additional area. Along the sides, you also have some webbing that's going to give you some attachment points that you can pair with accessories with a carabiner or something like that. Currently what I have here in this one is my hero clip. So that's something that I always like to have with me. This is also a good spot to attach something like a hand sanitizer. And then you have a really well padded handle on the top. It has plenty of cushioning and breathability. So even when the bag is a little bit more packed out, it feels like you're gonna be able to hold this comfortably and like the bag and handle aren't gonna tear on you. Taking a look at the capacity, the bag comes in at about 25 liters, which to me is a really versatile size. It was able to hold all the items that I normally like to carry with me, and I still had plenty of leftover space if I had to pack out a little bit of extra stuff for a particular day. And the volume on this bag is pretty fixed, that it maintains its shape well, even when it's empty or when it's full, it kind of looks the same. And so it's not the slimmest bag that we've looked at in this size range, but it doesn't really stick out too much. I still think it maintains a pretty sleek profile, which made it nice for navigating crowded areas, jumping onto public transit, and carrying onto most domestic and international airlines. Taking a look at the straps and the back paneling, so far the bag has been really comfortable to wear. I like how the straps have been implemented here. They have plenty of padding and cushioning, and it's broken in right out of the box. On the inside, you have a breathable mesh to help prevent moisture from building up. And then the straps also have a good width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders when it's a little bit more packed out. On the straps, you also have a few kind of hype-along loops that might be good for attaching a light or maybe your sunglasses, you can hang them on there. And then you also have an adjustable sternum strap to help distribute the weight. Moving into the back paneling, this has also been pretty comfortable. There's rigid padding all throughout the back. It's not quite as soft or breathable as the material that was used on the strap, so I kind of would have liked to have seen the air mesh. I know some people don't like that as it can lead to pilling. And so maybe just depending on your preferences, you might actually prefer this. In general though, it has been comfortable, and I do like that there are some air channels and that there's some elevation here to provide you with airflow and breathability while you're walking around throughout the day. On the back panel, you also have a nice luggage pass-through that's going to allow you to rest this on a suitcase while traveling to save some weight on your back. And you have a hidden pocket here on the back, which is going to be great for hiding something that's a little bit more sensitive. This is actually a very spacious pocket. I just placed a field notes notebook in here to just kind of show off the size, which means I would definitely be able to fit my passport, maybe a thinner wallet, some cash, or even your phone in a pinch. Jumping into the organizational options, the bag has a nice variety of pockets all throughout. Starting off on the front, you have a pretty simple quick access pocket with a nice height, so it's going to be a good spot for maybe some taller items such as a notebook. This has a well-protected zipper with a zipper garage, and in this compartment at the moment what I have is my iPad mini, which fits in there comfortably. It's a little bit flatter. And then I also have my Kindle e-reader. And I don't typically carry both of these necessarily on a day-to-day, but I did want to show that even though it's not the biggest of compartments, it does have some nice depth to give you a little bit of flexibility with what you can store in there. At the top of the bag, you have another quick access pocket. This one actually has a soft fleece lining on the inside, so it's going to be a good spot for anything more delicate that you want to protect from scratches. In this area, I currently have my Apple Magic Mouse, and then I also have my AirPods, and this has a pretty decent amount of space. You can see I fit my hand in there pretty comfortably. You can pull the lining out if you want to clean it or just to get a better sense of the size. And again, really love this soft inner lining, which feels like it adds a decent amount of protection. Up next, you have a larger admin or workstation style compartment, and I like how low the zippers go down. It's not quite clamshell style due to these gussets on the side, but it still opens up wide enough to give you plenty of visibility for anything that you want to grab. And I like that these gussets also create kind of an additional space here where I could toss a pouch or maybe a jacket or some gloves if needed. On the inside, you have some nice internal organization. Starting off on the flap, you have a magnetic keychain loop, and I really like that this is actually removable. So this is always a great system so that you can grab your keys, you can take this off if needed, place it in your pocket if you want to. You don't want to take your full backpack, you can attach it, and I always like the flexibility that this provides. And on the flap, you also have a zippered compartment, which has enough space for larger items that don't fit into some of these smaller slots that we'll take a look at in a bit. So in this one, I tossed in my Tom Bin Ghostwell pouch with some of my smaller EDC accessories. Then I also have the manicure set that I normally like to carry with me. And moving into the other side, I really love all the different kind of options there are for keeping your stuff visible and organized. So down at the bottom, you have a few slip pockets that are a little bit larger. They have enough volume to handle something like my sunglasses with their case. This is also going to be a good spot for a laptop charger or other bulkier accessories. And the one next to that, I actually placed my GoPro. And then moving up along the back, you have a pretty well padded compartment. I really like the material that's used here. It's going to be a little bit more delicate, a good spot for maybe something like your phone or even your sunglasses if you don't want to have them in a protective case. In my situation, I actually just put my watch in here just to demonstrate that this is an area where I would put something a little bit more delicate, but I could definitely see myself using this primarily for my phone. Next to that, you have a zippered compartment that has this sort of nice mesh material. It's a little bit elastic, so it's going to mold around the items that you have on the inside. In my case, I currently have a little tin that has Band-Aids and ointment, and I also have a Belkin battery bank that can attach magnetically to the back of my phone. Always nice to have for longer days when I'm out and about. And then at the top, you have some elastic bands that are always a great spot for tech accessories and EDC accessories. You have a variety of sizes and widths. So here I just have a little flashlight. I also have some wired headphones, which I like to have as backup for when my AirPods run out of battery. I have a pocket knife from the Ridge, and then I also have a bolt action pen, but these slots would also be good for dongles and other types of cables that you might want to have with you. The next area that we're going to be taking a look at is the laptop compartment, which can be accessed from the side of the bag. You have a large, tall zipper here. I do wish that there would have been a zipper garage included, similar to the one that we saw on the front, just to give you that extra bit of protection, but it looks like the zipper comes up for the most part. That's something that you want to keep in mind though if you happen to get caught in some heavier rain. So opening this up with the height of this zipper, it's going to be great for taller devices to make it easier to get your laptop in and out. This is definitely going to be able to hold up to a 15 or 16-inch laptop comfortably. Currently what I have in here is my 13-inch MacBook Pro, but plenty of padding in this compartment. On the inside, it has a nice soft lining that's going to help prevent against scratching. The compartment is suspended off the bottom of the ground, but it's very minimal. It's not pulled up as much as I would normally like to see. However, it does feel like my device is protected when I'm placing it on the inside, like it's not making contact with the ground. Just would have liked to have seen it pulled up a little bit more. Regardless, even with the padding that's included here, everything feels protected. And so pulling my device out, now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. As mentioned, you have soft lining on both sides to help prevent against scratching, which is really nice. Sometimes you only see that on one side of the compartment, so I like the additional protection that that provides. This also comes up a decent amount, so if you have a thicker device, it should be able to fit in there comfortably, especially if the rest of the bag isn't super packed out. So a nice implementation here. It really feels like my device is going to be well protected while I'm going about my day-to-day. And then the last area that we're going to be taking a look at is the main compartment. And this is a top-loading bag, but the zippers come down low enough that you still have plenty of visibility into everything that's in the compartment. You can still pack this out without any issue. And at 25 liters, again, I really love the amount of space that this offers for anything that I might normally want to carry with me. I even had some leftover space here at the top. And so diving into the items that I currently have here, first up is a packable rain jacket, which I started to carry a lot more recently as the summers are quite rainy where I live. And I have my Beats Studio wireless headphones with their hard shell case. Down near the bottom, I have the Evergood Civic Access pouch, which is one of my go-tos. I also have my DJI Mavic Mini with its hard shell case. And I have a full-size Moleskine notebook here at the bottom. And on the back of the compartment, you have a separate sleeve that's just a very, kind of thin, simple slip pocket, which does add some separation, which is nice, particularly if you have taller items, which in my case I do. I have my Levitate portable standing desk, which fits in there comfortably as well. And so a pretty simple layout overall. I like how much this comes up, which is what makes it great for handling bulkier items such as my headphones, my pouches, and it's also going to allow me to use this for minimal travel. This is, after all, the Weekender Backpack, and I could definitely see myself tossing in a larger packing cube, a dock kit, maybe an extra pair of shoes, a jacket, and being able to use this for a longer weekend trip. So a really nice implementation in this main area and throughout the rest of the bag. Lots of great organization. It feels ruggedly built, and if you're looking for a sleek, durable, and comfortable backpack that can work well in any environment, this is going to be a fantastic option to check out. And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out the Weekender pack over the past couple of weeks. You can currently purchase this on the company site for about $200, and if you use the code that's included in the description below, you can get 15% off. And at that price point, it is definitely a bit of an investment. However, the bag is very well built. It has a really interesting mix of features, and it's also going to compare well to other similar bags in this price range. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag this made me think of is the Air Travel Pack 3 Small, which is a really great minimal travel bag. It comes in at 28 liters, so it's a little bit larger than this. Clamshell style opening, great build quality. I really love the minimalistic and modern aesthetic that it has. Great laptop protection, a very comfortable harness system. It's not maybe going to be quite as weather resistant as this bag, but it really just checks off all the boxes for what I would be looking for out of a really versatile travel bag. And if you're interested in something like that, then you also have a little bit of a higher budget, then that's going to be a fantastic option to take a look at. The next bag this made me think of is the Evergood CPL24, which was recently updated to include a more breathable back panel and just a new fabric. And that has been one of my favorite bags over the past couple of years, just due to its versatility, and how well it works in a variety of environments. It's always had a comfortable harness system. I haven't had a chance to test the new breathable back panel on that one, but it can only be an improvement based on what they already have. The bag has a really cool, minimalist vibe that also works well in the outdoors. I really love the organizational layout that it has. The pockets all have, their own leader independence, so it's very easy to use and organize everything. Solid laptop protection, and so if you're looking for something in this size range that's gonna have maybe a more subdued aesthetic, and you also have a little bit of a higher budget, then that's gonna be a great option to consider. Another bag this made me think of is the North Face Surge backpack, which, definitely has a little bit more of an outdoorsy and technical vibe than this. It doesn't have the same sort of minimalistic, sleek exterior, but it does have a really great organizational layout, tons of pockets for everything that you might need to carry with you and access, an excellent laptop compartment, a really comfortable harness system. It seems to offer a decent amount of weather resistance, and I've really enjoyed using that. It's able to hold a lot of stuff. So if you're interested in a bag that's kind of in this sort of size range that can work in a variety of use cases, and you're also looking to save a little bit of money, then that's gonna be a great option to take a look at. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the Nomadic Travel Pack, which is a bag that I've used over the years. I always loved the flexibility of that bag with its ability to expand from 20 to 30 liters. It has a similar sort of modern and techie aesthetic. It's a little bit shinier, sleeker, great weather resistance. That bag was updated to include YKK zippers, really durable materials. It has a comfortable harness system. I really like all the organizational options and unique features that have been provided as part of that bag. And that's another one that's gonna come in at a little bit of a higher size range, but if you like the aesthetic of this and you just want something that can either expand to be a little bit bigger for travel or also compress down if this feels a little bit big for your day-to-day, then that's gonna be a fantastic option to consider. With that being said, the Weekender Pack from Sympl Studios holds up really well against all those options, and if you're looking for a durable bag that's gonna offer plenty of space and organization while working well across a variety of environments, then this is gonna be a really great option to check out. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the Weekender Pack from Sympl Studios and how it compares to some of the other similar bags that we've looked at on the channel in the past. And if there are any similar options that you think that I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank the company again for sending the bag for me to test out, and to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.